Wir schauen jetzt, nachdem ich letztens von der Existenz von Mr. Johnny Somali erfahren habe, hatte sich jemand gesagt, hey Björn, da gibt es noch mehr Brainrot dazu. Wie wäre es, wenn ich dir auf deinem Ko-Fi ein bisschen Geld gebe dafür und du dir dann eine Stunde damit ansehen musst? Und da dachte ich, okay, dann machen wir das einfach mal. Ich meine, ich kenne Jay Aubrey zumindest, also von daher glaube ich das jetzt nicht, dass der Inhalt, also die Machart des Videos irgendwie schlecht ist. Aber, oh boy, ich bin mal wirklich gespannt, was mich jetzt noch erwartet. Vor allem von wann ist das eigentlich? Von 9 Monaten. Okay, das heißt, die aktuellsten Sachen sind gar nicht mehr dabei. Wie schlimm kann es dann tatsächlich werden?
Today we're going to be looking at an actual waste of functioning organs, once again known as Johnny Somali.
He's that one IRL streamer that went to Japan and streamed himself being racist to Japanese people.
Being obnoxious, being a nuisance,
the
things
one.
you cannot do in Japan.
It's a mystery how he hasn't been deported or killed.
The internet is a competitive place. As a content creator, you are constantly competing for the attention of strangers. And with so much money and exposure on the line, it's not uncommon for some to debase themselves and abandon their moral compasses when desperate enough. Take TikTok creator Mizzy, for example. A kid I can only hope you've never had the misfortune of running into.
Who? Who? Ich glaube, ich muss wieder froh sein, von der Person noch nicht gehört zu haben, oder?
Who found himself on the front page of just about every blog and newspaper that exists in the UK last year when videos of him terrorizing his local community went massively viral online. Mizzy always wanted to be famous, and in the blink of an eye, he became widely known for running on top of cars, stealing an old lady's dog from her at the park, and entering random houses completely uninvited, kicking his feet up on the couch and filming this family's private space without their consent.
Is this where the study group is? No. Oh, sorry. Oh, I thought this was the study group. I actually thought.
Warum muss ich immer von der Existenz solcher Leute
What
erfahren?
makes it worse is that he keeps acting all dumb, insisting he and his mates just accidentally stumbled into the wrong place all innocently. Like he didn't just announce to the camera 5 minutes prior that, hey guys, guess what we're doing?
Get into random houses, let's go.
You gotta be Guinness Book of World Record level stupid to willingly record video proof of the crimes you and your boys are so clearly excited to be committing. Like, you know the police have access to Twitter too, right? There are Redditor cops out there, I'm sure. They can see you leapfrogging over an Orthodox Jewish man. You aren't hiding anything. But it's not like Mizzy doesn't know that. He knew what he was doing, and he knew it would get a reaction.
Literally, hate brings money, hate brings likes, hate brings views. I think it's funny, my fan base thinks it's funny, and it's we outside, innit? It's a movement.
I guess for some, the potential reward for this kind of behavior must outweigh the very real cost. Which is what leads slime buckets like Fiddy.
Oh no, ist der nicht mittlerweile im EU-Parlament? Ist das nicht der Typ, der sich in die Politik gemimt hat? Warum muss ich von der Existenz solcher Leute wissen?
Is to travel all the way to the poorest country on earth.
Mizzy klingt eher wie der Sohn von The Miz. Ich dachte, bei Mizzy würde ich eher daran denken, an den Sohn von Mizkiff.
Exploit the population there like it's some kind of public attraction, then peace the fuck out once he's gotten enough footage for an
Oh ja, die Thumbnail davon war so schlimm. Die Thumbnail davon war so kacke, ohne Scheiß.
uncomfortable vlog topped
Weiß
off
nicht, ob
with
er
a
jetzt
weird,
ja, genau.
tacky
Das ist dein Hirn on Mr. Beast. Absolut. So, Day 4, oh, I spent 100 hours in the world's poorest country. Wegsperren einfach. Einfach diese Leute einfach wegsperren. Ich finde, wenn du sowas produzierst mit dieser Thumbnail, dann hast du bewiesen, dass du an der normalen Gesellschaft nicht mehr teilnehmen solltest. Das ist zack mit dir, ab irgendwo. Ne, wir können auch gerne so ein Institut für Influencer einrichten. So, ich bin ja gegen das normale Gefängnissystem, ne? Wir sollten dafür sorgen, dass Leute auch wieder in die Gesellschaft ganz normal zurückgeführt, rehabilitiert werden können. Aber ich glaube, wenn du das produzierst, dann ist es vorbei. Dann hast du irgendwas so ganz tief im Kern in dir drin, was dich nie mehr zu einer normalen Person werden lässt. So, das ist irgendwas Eigenes. So, und dafür brauchen wir dann so ein Institut, da können wir diese ganzen Influencer-Leute alle hinschicken. Da sind auch Kameras aufgebaut, dass sie weiter ihren Blödsinn irgendwie so machen können, nur abseits der restlichen Zivilisation.
Key thumbnail. You can tell he wants nothing else than to just be Mr. Beast, but will never get anywhere close. I love you! Get off me. Judging by these titles and all this flashy editing, like sure, traveling in Japan on a budget of $0 kind of sounds like an interesting video, until you realize that, oh, this guy is just sneaking onto public transit and straight up refusing to pay for everything, which is illegal.
Hopefully he doesn't ask me to pay.
Get off?
Yes.
680, yeah. No.
Kann er die Challenge mal bitte in Deutschland machen? Das würde ich gerne sehen. Oh nee, ohne Scheiß. Also zu versuchen, das in Deutschland zu machen, da hätte ich gerne das Video-Footage.
Come on, police station.
I couldn't believe it. He locked me in the bus and drove me to the police station just because I was 80 yen short.
He gets sent to the police station for not paying the bus driver and somehow sees it as a W when the cops get sick of him after 5 hours.
Oh my god, guys. I spent the last 5 hours with the police and after they got bored of me for 5 hours, they paid for my thing.
Buddy, that's not the flex you think it is. As of today, it looks like Mizzy might actually be trying to publicly atone for his past behavior, doing community service after a jail sentence, and speaking at length about wanting to turn his life around. And Phineas was just elected to European Parliament. What the fuck? What? Jeez, good Lord have mercy. But even if these two have moved on to bigger and brighter things, it's hard to instantly disregard the legacies they've each left behind, especially when there are still so many creators out there today promoting similar behavior. Like, what if we were to combine both of these freakazoids to create another, more loathsome scoundrel than Mizzy and Phineas could ever dream of becoming? Well then, you would get a character by the name of Johnny Somali.
We're gonna destroy Japanese society. We're here to do crime. Drop them nuke emojis in the chat.
Over the past year, Johnny has become one of the more frequently talked about IRL streamers on the internet. And I mean that in a bad way. With numerous arrests under his belt and a clear knack for putting himself in near-death situations on stream, Johnny Somali has managed to keep himself in the news while reaping none of the rewards such massive publicity would otherwise bring him if he were more charismatic, entertaining, creative. Basically, if he were just a different person entirely, then maybe he'd be able to soak up more than 1K followers on Rumble after multiple videos with millions of views were made about him.
To be fair, ich glaube so 1000, das ist auch die komplette Zuschauerschaft von Rumble, weil 99,9% von der ganzen Seite Bots sind.
You could give Johnny all the attention in the world and still not one single person would come out of it thinking what a great dude he was. Anyone with a half-functioning brainstem knows to steer clear of anything and everything having to do with this miserable creator. And in this video, I'll be exploring why that is. So please, sit down and get comfortable, grab the nearest throw-up bucket, and mentally prepare yourself for 40-ish unadulterated minutes of the most despised influencer on the planet.
In my short span, I've become one of the most influential, famous, and controversial figures in the entire internet.
Clout Demon finde ich eigentlich eine gute Bezeichnung.
Yet despite the obstacles, I continue to rise, and I'm just getting started, motherfuckers.
But before we venture too far off into the weeds on this one, I'd like to go ahead and hear a quick word from today's sponsor, the wonderful people over at Aura. I don't know if you saw, but AT&T just reported that over 73 million customer records from both existing and former users were released on the dark web. How this happened, I have no idea. But it isn't the most comforting revelation in the world. The good news is that you don't need to download a million different apps just because a soulless corporation like AT&T can't keep your data secure. All you need is Aura. See, Aura works around the clock to make sure your most private information stays, private, I guess I didn't know where I was going with that sentence. Aura understands that data.
Bin ich eigentlich der Einzige, der findet, dass J. Aubrey so ein bisschen klingt wie MadPat? Also die Stimme an sich ein bisschen, aber es ist vor allem die Sprechweise. Also die Art, wie er die Sachen auch vorträgt. Ich finde, das erinnert mich, weil das ist das erste Mal, dass ich das geguckt habe. Ich habe das so nebenbei gehört und ich dachte so, wait, das klingt, als würde ich gerade irgendwie einen ein Game Theory Video gucken.
Data brokers are out there, desperately searching for your full name, your home address, your health records, etc. All in hopes that they can use such data to breach your social media and even bank accounts. To combat this, Aura locates where your information has been leaked and submits opt-out requests on your behalf, essentially cleaning up your digital presence and protecting you from spammers, hackers, or anyone else who may want to target you. I don't want to freak you out, but brokers might be trying to access your information right now. Right this very second, right now. What are you gonna do about it? I'll tell you what you can do. You can type in aura.com/jobbery or click the link in the description below and begin your 14-day free trial today. Find out just how much of your data is already being sold in a matter of seconds by clicking the link and filling out all that juicy information. You can unpause the video when you're done. I'll wait. Go ahead, do it now. Do it now. Huge thanks as always to Aura for sponsoring this one and keeping all of our personal information safe. While Johnny may want us to think he's a literal Somalian pirate and ex-child soldier with a 5-star wanted level on Instagram, something only he would brag about, his true identity seems to be that of Ishmael Ramsey Khalid, a 23-year-old man from Scottsdale, Arizona. While much of Johnny's life before becoming
from Arizona,
one of the most aggravating IRL streamers of all time, remains a tragic mystery, I was able to uncover some Discord messages from Johnny's server where he briefly mentions having a finance degree, as well as being listed under notable alumni on the Arizona State University Wikipedia page. Please don't snipe me, H Bomber guy. Johnny alluded here to having a good education growing up in an upper middle class environment, getting everything he ever wanted, probably rarely being told the word no as a child, just considering how disrespectful he is these days. I'll also just let you know right here that if this video feels all over the place, that's because trying to construct a cohesive timeline of a dude who has been banned from pretty much everything is kind of tricky. It also doesn't help much that Johnny is one of the most insincere creators on the entire internet, so genuine clips of this man dropping the veneer of his over-the-top persona are pretty few and far between. But that doesn't mean they don't exist. Believe it or not, he has gotten candid pretty early on in his career, like right here, where he discusses his disdain for his fellow classmates or bots who just want to get through school and work a regular job.
Before this, I was a student, I was a bot, I was a robot, I was somebody who was stuck in the hamster wheel of life. When I went to school,
ja, zum Glück bin ich jetzt kein NPC mehr, wie die anderen ganzen Leute da draußen.
For those 4 years, I did really well in finance, but I was depressed. I did not like where my life was going. Where is that gonna lead you? You go to school for 4 years, you go work for 40 years, you end up in a cubicle with a suit on and a tie.
Wow, yeah, imagine wanting stability in your life. I obviously understand that not everyone is cut out for a traditional career path, and I think it's always a good thing to explore whatever passions you may have in a responsible way. It's okay if you decide school isn't for you. God knows I've never enjoyed it, but to demean anyone who does take a more conventional route as just stuck in the hamster wheel of life for wanting to get a degree and start providing for their families instead of, you know, getting beaten in front of an audience of 12 people on a live stream is just silly.
Where's the mobility in life? I would rather take a risk and live a different life, you know what I mean? Live in different countries, meet new people.
He says he's always wanted to pursue content creation, but has never had the time to do it. I guess we should all be thankful it's taken him this long to start exploring the world, in his own words. I know I, along with the entire nation of Japan, certainly wish he were still busy running his vape company.
I ran a vape company for a while, I still run it now, and that kind of gives me the freedom and the income to pursue my passion, which has also always been content creation, but I've never had the time to do it, because it's either I was working, or it's either I was in school, or it was either, you know what I mean? I had something that was always in the way, time-wise. And so now that I have this free time, I'm exploring the world, you know?
Before we explore his litany of legal issues, let's first take a look at Johnny's YouTube channel. While he may have started his account all the way back in 2011, Johnny's first actual video wasn't posted until October 2022. And even then, it's not like it was particularly creative or engaging. It's literally just an edit of a Halloween party in his hometown. It's 30 seconds of strippers dancing, trying not to trip over White Claw cans while dudes just kind of stand around and watch. I know it smelled crazy in there. Is this what he meant?
Jetzt nimmt er mir mit seinem Editing auch noch die Minispielmöglichkeiten.
And when he said he's passionate about making content, really off to the races with this like to dislike ratio. Jesus Christ, man, on your first video? Also gotta love how well the description aged. I plan to release more high quality vlogs, live streams, and shorts of me traveling the world.
Hiroshima, Nagasaki.
Experiencing new cultures.
Thank you, Romeo, for the $5. Drop a nuke in the chat.
And meeting new people.
Ich liebe, dass das wirklich in dem Moment auch das Münzgeräusch kommt, sobald er auf den Boden fällt.
And meeting new people.
I can't show. Warum kannst. Was? What? Natürlich kannst du. Das ist einfach eine Faust, die auf. Du siehst nicht mal wirklich was. Alter, ich schwöre, Leute haben so Schiss, in irgendeiner Form geflaggt zu werden, dass sie einfach alles da drunter packen, auch wenn du damit überhaupt gar keine Probleme hättest.
Sent $3 Hiroshima, Nagasaki, Hiroshima, Nagasaki, Hiroshima, Nagasaki, Hiroshima, Nagasaki.
Little did he know, though, that in just 12 short months, those same travels would land Johnny right smack dab in the middle of a Japanese prison for an extended period of time. No spoilers, though. I want to keep you guessing as to what he did to wind up in such a position. Could have been a number of things, considering the type of person he is, but I promise you, he wasn't always like this. In fact, most of Johnny's early 2023 uploads would consist of him just wandering around Bangkok, Thailand, trying different food, talking to locals, and partying. Mostly partying, in fact, a lot of partying. If I were to give him any sort of credit whatsoever, I would say he actually does come across marginally less unhinged in these videos, kind of. I mean, the views weren't really there, but to be fair, they've never been there for Johnny, other than a few exceptional streams that seem to do unusually well compared to the rest of his channel, and I'm not really sure why that was, but not even this video saw a positive reception. Probably because it's just an unedited, laggy play-by-play of a random party he went to with no direction or purpose. The entertainment value of this video is just non-existent. It's like this was uploaded solely for Johnny to just show us he goes to parties. I'm happy for him. A surprising amount of this guy's content is just trying to prove to us at home that he does, in fact, get women and have a life. One that we should all be very envious of. Getting high in Thailand's biggest weed shop. Oh, holy fuck, he smokes weed too? This guy does it all. This doesn't feel like a desperate attempt to fill an inner void at all. No, this is the face of a content person. Still though, it seems Johnny was becoming impatient with the way his numbers were looking, which is why he figured he needed to shift things into maximum overdrive. Being a
Clubstreams sind nur dann sehenswert, wenn sie von einer extrem betrunkenen extra Emily sind. Ich finde, die sind nur dann interessant, wenn sie auch auf dem 3DS gefilmt wurden.
Massive fan of the streamer Ice Poseidon, and wanting nothing more than to fit in with the IP2 community, old Johnny Boy figured he'd give Ice his patented crash out style content a try. And what better place to start such a wonderful story arc than a country that doesn't get enough annoying American influencers visiting it as it is? Johnny Somali unleashed his reign of terror upon the Japanese people beginning in May of last year.
Das ist ein ziemlich großer Zufall.
His reign of terror.
Dafür, dass genau die Szene gestern nach der Direct so oft zu Tode gemimt wurde.
Upon the Japanese people beginning in May of last
year. It's legally distinct Bloodborne.
Freshly banned from Twitch for God knows what. I mean, it could have been fucking anything. Johnny found a place of refuge over on a small, up-and-coming platform called Kick. A fresh new site where all the down bad, washed up, bottom-of-the-barrel content creators are given a safe haven to thrive with little to no pushback from the big wigs in charge.
Threesome, let's go!
I'm 13!
Naturally, this seemed like the perfect place for Johnny
Facism! What is facism?
To host his 12-hour streams exploring Japan, taking in all the breathtaking sights and sounds the island state had to offer, but mostly the red light district.
Tonight we're gonna go to the red light district. Tonight we are going to the club and we are going to the red light district.
Yakuza fans be like,
Japan does have a red light district and I will find it.
Johnny admits here that Kick allows him to stream some nasty shit in ways that Twitch and TikTok don't.
Kick, I can stream some nasty shit. We can go to the soap lamp. We can go to the red light district tonight.
Which is a pretty alarming statement coming from a guy who would later go on to flirt with 16-year-olds during his stay in Israel. Yeah, I haven't seen anyone else cover this yet, but as I was scrolling through Johnny's Discord server, which I can somehow smell through my computer screen, I kept finding weird messages from Johnny's fans saying he had fallen for jailbait and that he was so horny he became a chomo. And I'll admit, I was becoming increasingly—
The fuck is a chomo? What? A Child Molester? Was ist Chomo? Hab ich noch nie gehört.
More concerned by that? What exactly were they alluding to by spamming W minors, I wondered. Then I found this video on Johnny's channel with the title, Johnny Somali becomes P. Diddy. I love the enthusiasm that exclamation point adds. The video depicts Johnny and a few others confronting two girls who admit on camera that they're only 16 and 17 years old.
You're very beautiful.
How old are you?
How old am I?
Yeah.
Yes.
How old are you?
Yes.
14.
You're right, yeah.
So smart. I'm too young for you, I guess.
How old are you?
I'm 16.
It's legal here in Israel. Take my Instagram.
Johnny lies to them about his age, saying that he's 19 when in reality he's 23, then reassures everyone it's okay because 16 is the age of consent in Israel.
It's legal here in Israel. I don't go.
Which is true, but doesn't make it any less.
Das ist... Nein, das ist... Oh, wie kann ich mit so einem Joke auch noch recht haben? Wie geht das bitte?
That's creepy in my eyes. For perspective, in America, where Johnny is from, this is someone who is already a few years out of college flirting with a sophomore in high school. Johnny is more than aware of the dynamics at play. In fact, he leans into them, telling viewers at home that he doesn't care if he goes to jail, that he's not joking, and that these girls may as well be his two wives.
How old are you?
I'm 16.
I'll take both of you. I don't go. I'll go to jail. I go to jail. I got wife number 1 and wife number 2. I don't give a Johnny Somali, I really ball like that.
Kissing their hands and getting their Instagrams before proudly comparing himself to R. Kelly and Jeffrey Epstein.
They call me Johnny 16, Johnny 17. I don't give a I'm like P. Diddy, I'm like Epstein. I'm like R. Kelly, I don't care.
I know this is a lot to include kind of early on in the video here, but you have to understand that Johnny just does this kind of thing with no remorse or care whatsoever. He is totally aware of everything he does, capitalizing on the creepiness in this instance by singing age is just a number and saying that he'll really groom these girls. They need an older man in their lives, he says, insisting they should hang out when the cameras aren't rolling.
For her, I go to prison. Take me to jail, police, come. Age ain't nothing but a number. You need an older man with some money. That's what you need. I really groom her. I'll really groom you. I swear to God. Let's go out. No camera, no nothing.
I have like my friends here.
Not right now. I'm gonna be here 1 more month. We'll talk.
I'm taking my wife.
Finally saying that he's not from here, so he'll take any aged girl and fly away like Diddy.
Yes, man-made horrors beyond my comprehension.
Just what the fuck have I stumbled across here?
I'm not from here. I take any age. I leave. I take a plane. I leave like Diddy. Like Diddy. I any age. I don't go. I take a plane like Diddy. I'm out. Come catch me.
Doesn't make it any better that his Discord is rallying behind him. One person saying, if it's legal, it's legal. Fuck it. It's 15 in Thailand. Go nuts. Just an incredible audience you've managed to attract here, Johnny. But let's reel it back in for a moment and revisit a time when Johnny had almost no audience. I want to take a look at his very first IRL stream in Japan. For full transparency, I tried
Ich meine, er hatte das Video nicht gerade, also das hatte 2.500 Aufrufe und das Video von vorne hatte auch 2.500 Aufrufe. Also so viel erfolgreicher war das jetzt auch nicht.
Watching the first 40 minutes of this thing myself and couldn't give any less of a shit. It is so boring. He's just wandering the streets of Tokyo, mumbling whatever foul string of words pops into his head at a given moment.
I like that. I like that. That's lit.
Chat tells him to be sure and catch some meth action later that night, and Johnny then makes it clear he's on his Ice Poseidon shit.
He's going live for 2 months straight, 12 hours a day, 24/7 on some Ice Poseidon shit. Really on some Ice Poseidon shit right now.
Ich habe keine Ahnung, wer Ice Poseidon ist. Nehme an, irgendeinen IRL-Streamer, der lange IRL streamt am Stück.
Ice Poseidon. I don't know Ice Poseidon, but I know Suspender. I know a couple dudes in the CX community. They're trying to get me in their IP too.
Not that ICE even cares about this dude, by the way. He, like most people, wants absolutely nothing to do with Johnny and does everything he can to keep his distance.
Johnny Somali, literally the main reason why streaming in Japan is so difficult now, it's just gay. Like, f you, Johnny Somali.
In fact, once when ICE was facing some legal trouble in Thailand, good old Johnny swooped in and posed as legal counsel for ICE's group against their will. Or I guess he attempted to, because he was pretty much ushered out of the room immediately.
I'm here as the lawyer, listen. I have to save Chris.
Danke, Bombe, für die Aufklärung.
Yes.
Can you please turn off your live stream?
It's just pathetic display after pathetic display with Johnny. He is an obviously desperate person. Desperate for ICE's approval, desperate for attention, desperate for a funny haha moment during his bland, insignificant streams.
Why eat the strawberry first? Yo. This should look like a pussy.
He also tries to get a bite to eat at the local restaurant, but is annoyed they're taking too long, so he just completely leaves.
Leave, bro? Yeah, let's get out of here, bro. It's taking forever. These eating tofu and shit. I'm not eating that fucking shit. Get that shit the fuck out of here.
Even though the owner was standing there right behind him, Johnny didn't actually take the time to tell him what he wanted to order. But sure, I guess it's the restaurant owner's fault for taking too long. And all of this takes place in his first Japan
restaurant owner dodged a bullet.
Where he can't stop himself from acknowledging what an outsider he is.
Yeah, it definitely feels out of place here, man. I don't know what's going on.
Better call Johnny. Did you know that you can lose rights?
I feel like a chimp, like outside the zoo here. I really feel like a chimp outside the cage. It feels crazy out here. I'm talking so loud. They don't talk like this out here, guys.
But maybe that's because he makes no attempt to adapt to the culture there. Like, he doesn't understand why he's getting such weird looks on the train, while at the same time waving a camera around and speaking way louder than everyone else in English.
Hold me right here.
Ich wollte gerade sagen, also in Japan ist es tatsächlich wirklich, also so, ich wünschte, es wäre auch in Deutschland so, aber in Japan ist es, so Leute halten du bist im Zug, du hältst die Fresse. Du sitzt im Zug und du hältst die Fresse. So, du kannst dich leise ein bisschen unterhalten, aber nicht mal auf Zimmerlautstärke. So, du bist im Zug und du hältst einfach die Fresse.
Giving me some dirty ass looks.
Yeah, man, no wonder they're shooting you dirty looks. All you need to do is take one look around the train to see he's kind of disturbing the vibe. Everyone else there is quiet, keeping to themselves, while Johnny disregards such etiquette completely, despite showing a full understanding that the Japanese do things a little differently.
I hope you studied their culture before going. I'm tired of foreigners giving a bad image. I'm trying to give us a bad image. I'm not here to give you a good image, bro. I'm not a role model. I am not your role model, bro.
So there's really no excuse for him
Don Quixote, just want him back.
Not to follow the customs there. He has to understand the importance of being courteous and mindful of
War
those
der da
around him.
im
By his own
Frauenabteil?
admission, the people there are, for the most part, extremely kind and aren't harassing him.
Brothers get harassed in Asia. Ain't nobody harassed me in Asia ever.
In fact, all throughout his stream, you see people on the streets of Japan waving at Johnny, being incredibly warm and inviting. And what does Johnny do in return? Says they're all NPCs and calls the Japanese language Mulan language.
Yo, this shit is in Mulan language. What does it say? This shit is in Mulan language. What does it say? I thought that shit was an error.
Weißt du, Moon Runes wäre so nah gewesen. Der alte Klassiker. Weißt du?
Mulan language. Some real NPC activity right now. It's hella NPCs out.
Was? Natürlich gibt's Don Quixote noch, aber ich habe keinen Zugang da drauf, weil ich nicht in Japan bin. Deswegen, ich meinte, I want it back in my life. Genauso wie ich generell Konbinis wieder in meinem Leben haben möchte. I want that Family Mart life. Ich will wieder 7-Eleven Zugang haben. Bring me back to Lawson.
This is crazy. These are NPCs, guys. We with the NPCs right now, bro. I'm with the NPCs out here. I'm with the NPCs out here. Really with the NPCs. Hey, these are all NPCs, bro. We get. Oh my God. Hold on. I see a girl with a big ass over there. Hold on.
Which is incredible because wandering around Tokyo alone with nothing but a camera and some free time kind of sounds like NPC behavior to me, Johnny. These people have lives. They have a support system of people around them. You, on the other hand, are a little bit of a different story.
Yeah, Hiroshima? You know Hiroshima. Nagasaki.
If you knew anything about Johnny Somali before clicking
Weil ich dachte so, oh, der ganze Kram bringt dann irgendwie Aufmerksamkeit, aber es ist ja nicht mal so, als ob der irgendwie großartig Subs oder so bekommt, scheinbar.
This video, you'd know this is the clip that put him on the map. Taken from this very same stream, no less. Johnny is sitting next to a man who is literally doing nothing when all of a sudden he begins to ask if he's heard of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. There's no broader context for any of this, no underlying meaning to what Johnny is saying. The point is literally to be a nuisance.
Why you do this? Pearl Harbor? Hiroshima, Nagasaki!
Warning these random men that if they do World War II again, they're gonna get bombed, right? Is that what he's saying? What a completely sane and appropriate thing for an American tourist to be shouting at Japanese locals.
Hiroshima, Nagasaki, you know why we do to you this? Hiroshima, Nagasaki, because you don't know how to behave. Wallahi billahi wa tallahi. I swear to God. You do again, we're gonna do again. You understand? You need to understand our power.
Dude, these guys are just trying to get home from work. Just please, get the camera off of them.
Hey, Hiroshima, Nagasaki, you know Hiroshima, Nagasaki. We're gonna do again. What? Hiroshima, Nagasaki.
What?
We do again.
Much to Johnny's dismay, though, they aren't really reacting much. I guess he wanted one of them to blow up and press him so he could ideally get some kind of viral clip out of the whole thing, but only one person really steps up and says anything, a fellow American who, yes, speaks English, and no, isn't much of a fan of Johnny's antics.
What? What do you mean? Where are you from? You know where I'm from? Where are you from? I'm from America. You're from America? Yes. So am I. You're from America? Yeah, you're being obnoxious. You know what we do to you? What do you do? We will do again. Do what? Hiroshima, Nagasaki.
The dude tells him he's American, and Johnny is still acting like he's Japanese. I mean, that's just straight up racist. I don't know what else to say. The dude reveals he's actually Korean, and Johnny tells him that, hey, the Korean War, you know what happened to you.
You think I'm Japanese? Where are you from? I'm from America. Where are you from? What's your ethnicity? Texas, buddy. What's your ethnicity? I'm Korean.
Texas Buddy und dann hörst du so Gun-Clocking Sound.
Then sit down, brother. Why don't you sit your ass? Korean War, you know what happened to you? Come on, don't touch me. Obnoxious, brother. Don't touch me, brother. Leave this guy alone. Korean War, North Korean War, you know what we did to you?
Do you, Johnny? Do you know history at all? I can promise you he doesn't care about history. All he wants to do is own this random guy on the train in the marketplace of ideas.
Just calm down, bro. You know what we do. CX, hashtag
hey,
CX.
How many subs you have?
Bro, I'm at 1,000 subs right now.
Nice.
You know, bro, I'm making money from this. Cool. Sit down, brother. Enjoy.
I can promise you, Johnny Somali is not making shit from this content. Especially at this point in his career, this was his first stream. Bro may have gotten enough TTS donations to pay for the train ride itself, but that's probably it. You're not flexing, you're not cool, just leave both of these dudes alone for the love of Christ.
Like, that's such, like, shit content.
But at that point, the damage was already done. Johnny would soon discover the following day that he had been clipped and was going viral on Reddit and Twitter for all the wrong reasons. Seeing him come to this realization in real time is truly something else.
I literally just repeated what chat said, and then someone clipped it, and now everybody's mad at me. I'm like, I don't give a shit, bro. I'm just playing around. Don't take shit too seriously. Did you delete the VOD from yesterday? No, I just made it private because too many people was clipping it. I'm like trying to cancel this, so I might as well just make it private.
I guess on one hand, he got his wish. He ended up among the same poisonous cesspit of IP2 people that Ice Poseidon and Sam Pepper lurk amongst, only he doesn't seem too prepared for the barrage of backlash coming his way.
We're definitely gonna have some haters hop in the chat. More haters is more views is more money. But you know what I say? I say the more haters is the more eyes watching, the more eyes watching is the more money, you know what I mean? Thank you for the publicity. I love all my haters, every single one of my haters. Thank you so much for watching, you know what I mean? I love every single one of my.
Also selbst wenn das für einen Stream ist, das Subgoal, also selbst dann ist es jemand, der weniger bekommt als Darkside Phil. Wofür dann das Ganze?
Haters, every single one of my haters, I love every single one of you. Haters are my motivators, bro. The more haters, the better. The more viewers, the better. Thank you so much, guys.
You can tell it's really getting to him, the way he keeps droning on and on about the haters in his chat. He just won't shut up about the people who want to cancel him. Like, if it didn't bother you so much, you wouldn't be talking about it at all. This is cope right here. We are witnessing earth-shattering levels of cope at this moment.
Hey, we might have some haters hop into chat today, but it's okay, because haters
hater, someone who's still watching, so I really don't care.
In literally one night, Johnny went from being an absolute nobody to an absolute nobody that everyone now hated. And because it happened so fast, he didn't have time to build up an audience to defend him, which is probably why he made the instant move of setting his accounts to private.
I'm just playing around. I'm not, like, you know what I mean? I'm not really out here to terrorize people or to make people feel bad. I'm just playing around. Yo, they're trying to cancel me on the reels. I gotta make my IG private. Hold up, guys. Yo, is tagging me on IG. I gotta make my shit private.
Stating that he's not out here to terrorize people and promising right then and there that this is the last time he's doing anything like that.
Yeah. You're right. I gotta be careful. That's the last time I'm gonna do some shit like that. Now I gotta chill out.
Only you already know that's a lie because here I am making this video.
We got hella haters in the chat. Maybe they want to see more.
Sieht sogar ein bisschen aus wie MadPad.
They want to see more, I think. That's what I think.
At this point, Johnny has found himself in a tragic cycle of degeneracy that might prove impossible to break. Every time he goes viral for something stupid, Johnny is
Alter, ich hab mehr Subs, was ist denn da los? Ich dachte, das wäre zumindest jemand, so wie da alle Leute über den reden, dass du dann auch die Aufrufe für irgendwas bekommst. Ich meine, klar, das ist dann das meiste in den Streams. Aber selbst dafür.
Increasing his chances of being recognized by the local population, which leads to more confrontation and ends in Johnny pulling another humiliating act that commentary channels are quick to pounce on, thus starting the whole cycle all over again. It's like an anti-grift, because instead of benefiting from the exposure, Johnny ends up hurt by it. The target on his back only grows bigger, and trust me, Japanese civilians...
Ohne Scheiß, es ist so ein T-Tag-Move, einfach, also sich von allen zurecht clownen lassen, aber dann keine Clout dafür bekommen auf den eigenen Videos.
We're more than happy to tell him what for. Gotta love the guy in this clip sporting a Malcolm X shirt going after Johnny in front of a McDonald's. After complaining that he can't read a Japanese menu and shouting at the workers.
Also vor allem auch da absolut L. Wenn du bei McDonald's kannst du doch einfach die Karte umdrehen und das in Romaji lesen.
To bring them their food faster. I'm not really sure what prompted this specific interaction, but I can promise you, yelling at underpaid cashiers in a foreign language is not the mature solution.
You already paid for the food. This is for the food. Whoa!
He's taking our food back. We're not doing anything.
We didn't do anything. Why you put our food back? What?
Give me the food so we can leave. We want to leave. Just give me the food.
Johnny and his sidekick Gino, another American streamer who will make some appearances later on in this video, are jumped immediately after leaving the restaurant.
What's up? What you want?
Get his ass.
I'm assuming this dude isn't a fan of Johnny's content. What?
Jetzt einfach den Kiryu-Move machen und mit dem Fahrrad zerlegen.
What's wild is neither streamer really cares enough to defend themselves here. I mean, Gino's over there doing his best impression of the
Am besten die Yakuza 5 Feed-Action, wo du in den Typen reinfährst mit dem Fahrrad zuerst.
standing emoji while his boy gets attacked right in front of him.
Gino, hold my food. Hey, don't touch that. What is he doing, dog? What the is going on?
But being attacked has become so commonplace for Johnny Somali at this point that I guess he can't be too mad about it. In fact, he welcomes it to some extent.
You guys trying to get some clout? What's up? You want some clout? I'm gonna give you some clout.
But when someone comes across as less of an immediate physical threat, that's when Johnny will totally let loose. Here he is making fun of another Japanese streamer's teeth, in English of course, roasting his entire appearance, acting like Japanese people can't have brown hair for some reason.
How is your hair even brown? I didn't even know Japanese can have brown hair. You look crazy. You need braces. You buck teeth as hell. Look at your front teeth. Nasty ass teeth. Where's your wife? You ain't got no hoes. You ain't got no bitch. You ain't got no money. Look at your shoes. What the f are those? This nasty ass Goodwill shirt.
After lying and saying he's in the Navy, he's never been in the Navy, he wouldn't last 1 second.
I'm in the Navy. I'm in the Coast Guard.
You want Navy?
Yeah, I'm Navy. Yeah, I'm Kaizoku. I'm a pilot.
Johnny and his pal just continued to stand there awkwardly filming these guys as opposed to just walking away. De-escalating isn't much of an option considering the whole reason he's in Japan is to do exactly this. Plus, chat was going crazy. They wanted Johnny to press these dudes for calling the cops on him, which I can almost guarantee they were justified in doing, by the way. Minutes after saying Japan is #1, Johnny makes sure to let these two know that he would—
I will take my penis out right here and piss on Japan. What you gonna do about it? You ain't gonna do nothing. You ain't gonna do shit about it. I'll take my penis out right here. I'll take a piss right here on the floor. You ain't gonna do shit about it.
Beautiful mental image there, Johnny. Thank you. This goes on for a few minutes.
Was will der? Das einfach schon mal in einer Großstadt gewesen. Du siehst doch überall die Leute so auf die Straße pissen, ist doch kein Problem.
Until the cops show up, where now Johnny has to pretend like he wasn't doing anything and that he's nothing more than an innocent tourist.
Tourist. Look. Yeah, look. Oh, okay. Hey.
Okay.
Understand. You understand?
Okay.
You understand?
Which is such a classic move. He doesn't have any other way to defend his antics, so he just has to lie about them. Which usually works, considering the language barrier combined with the mental anguish I'm sure it causes to deal with this guy's presence. I imagine it just becomes easier to take his word at face value and move on. After all, the cops aren't totally—
Ah, da hinten ist wieder Carpaccio Tokyo Style.
necessary when the public seems to have no problem taking matters into their own hands.
No one's ever pulling up, bro. No one is ever pulling up, bro.
12 seconds later.
After this guy on a motorcycle overhears Johnny saying his usual stupid garbage,
They shot the president with a potato gun.
He starts pressing him a bit, to which Johnny has to keep reassuring him, oh, I didn't say anything, it's nothing, I didn't say anything, bro, it's nothing.
Nothing, brother. What? Nothing, sabay. What? Sabay, nothing. No problem, there's no problem.
Ich finde, wenn man als Streamer beim Videodreh im Ausland erwischt wird, sollte man ein gültiges Arbeitsvisum vorzeigen. Ich meine, to be honest, also zumindest wenn du so IRL-Streaming machst, fände ich, glaube ich, gar keine schlechte Idee.
It's no problem. No, we did. Hey, we chill.
Probably a bit rattled here because he's alone in a dark alley being followed by a stranger, which is weird because I thought you said no one was gonna pull up. The man's voice gets louder and the chat can't help but call Johnny a pussy after hearing the clear shakiness in his voice. He finally has to stop and explain to this guy that actually none of this is his fault. It was his chat telling him to say dumb stuff.
Das ist das Deutschste, was ich je gefordert habe, obwohl Arbeitsvisum, weiß ich nicht. Ich habe das Gefühl, das ist in Ländern wie USA irgendwie noch ein bisschen krasser, selbst als bei uns.
He can't control what they say, after all. Not like the audience he's garnered is a complete reflection of the type of person he is. It couldn't be that at all.
I want your reason. Why?
Somebody give me the money? No, somebody give me money.
Ich glaube, wenn du erst rumgehen musst zu jeder Person, die du filmst, und von der eine Erlaubnis einzuholen. Ich glaube, das wäre noch das wäre auf jeden Fall eine Sache, die ultra deutsch wäre.
Somebody give me money. Somebody? You know, donation. Somebody on YouTube and Twitch?
YouTube comment?
Yeah, YouTube comment, give me money.
No.
They say it.
No.
You understand?
Understood, but...
Right?
But...
Wie willst du erwischt werden, wenn du mit deinem Kuma-Motel, mit deinem angewichsten Laptop ein Spiel streamst? Rainbowed.
It's not good.
Imagine having to stand there and awkwardly explain to a regular person that this.
Ich habe da gestern irgendwie so einen Rainbow-Short gesehen, wo es dann auch, oh, I know that wall. Wo es einfach irgend so eine Wand in so einem Zoo in Australien oder so war. Oh ja, das ist diese, that's the wall.
This is how you get your income. I already have trouble telling people what I do for a living. I can't imagine Johnny having to meekly say, well, for $3, I'll say whatever.
Das ist so, I harass people for a living, ist doch ziemlich easy.
Whatever offensive, racist, grotesque thing my chat wants me to say. It's awesome. Did I mention I hate myself? And then, of course, the cops roll up again. They've definitely got a picture of Johnny's face hung up in that precinct. Probably got a couple darts on it, too.
I'm a snitch right now. Look. I'm walking. Look. Just walking myself. Know him. You see? Nothing. No problem. Look, I'll show you right now. Look right here. Maybe Yakuza or something. Yakuza, I don't know. This one.
But this wasn't Johnny's first time getting humbled. You gotta be pretty mad to wrangle your buddies together and track down a person's exact location for the sake of lecturing him on stream. But that's exactly what this group of Japanese streamers did to Johnny last summer. These dudes went all the way to the house Johnny was staying at to see if they could get him to apologize. Their only mistake was not realizing who they were dealing with.
Das ist so, wir holen die ganze Gang zusammen, nicht um den Typen einfach zu verschlagen, sondern wir schauen mal, ob wir ihn dazu bringen können, sich zu entschuldigen.
Johnny Somali doesn't think he did anything wrong, so what is there to apologize for?
Say you're sorry to Japanese people and you take this seriously. Say you're sorry.
I don't have no problem with Japan.
Okay. Yeah, but say you're sorry.
Sorry for what incident? The train?
Sorry for all the incidents.
Apart from sheepishly blaming his behavior on Ice Poseidon and having autism.
Ice Poseidon made me do it. You need to blame him.
Ah, the Elon classic.
I have autism. You know autism? You know mental illness? I have mental illness.
Johnny also insists he's a comedian and that these guys just can't handle his jokes.
But they don't in America. We don't make
it. Doesn't matter about America.
Oh, der läuft echt die ganzen Klassiker durch.
You're not a comedian.
No. Ich bin eigentlich Satiriker, das ist, was ich hier mache. Ihr versteht das einfach nur alle nicht.
Sorry, but if you have to tell someone you're a comedian to avoid getting punched in the face, you probably aren't a very good one.
Respect the train.
Ja, das ist das römische Autismus.
Respect people's privacy. Don't talk to randos. And realize you're not a comedian.
I think I am.
Wieso gibt dem niemand aufs Maul, check ich nicht. Weil das in Japan musst du, also von einem normalen, in der normalen Crowd wirst du das niemals passieren. Ich glaube, selbst die Person, die ihn gedeckt hatte, war, glaube ich, irgendein anderer Ausländer. So, ja, versuch das mal. Klar, wenn du das irgendwie so in einer deutschen Großstadt versuchst, so ja, viel Spaß, okay. Oder einfach nur wieder zurück in Amerika. Da wirst du aber nicht lange warten, bis du das erste Mal einen abbekommst. Aber ich meine, deswegen machen die das ja auch dort. Deswegen machen die das ja dann in Japan oder Südostasien, weil sie halt ganz genau wissen, dass die Wahrscheinlichkeit, dass irgendwie ihnen jemand aufs Maul haut, relativ gering ist.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what
Are
they
they
think.
laughing? Are they laughing?
Well, they don't understand our comedy.
It's not your comedy you'll be telling here.
At some point, the English translator makes it seem that Johnny issued a full apology, even though he kind of didn't, so the group eventually leaves him alone. But Johnny couldn't have been more thrilled, especially upon hearing what a huge audience this dude with the colored hair apparently had. All publicity is good publicity, or something like that.
The video right now already got 600K views. It's free promo! It's free promo, man.
But these aren't the only streamers Johnny's encountered, unfortunately. I want to take a look at this clip of him excitedly running up to a fellow streamer by the name of Meowko in hopes of ruining her entire day, because he can.
What's your live on?
I am live on Twitch.
Twitch.
Oh, ist das der... Oh, alle Yakuza-Fans gerade am Soy-Facing. Niemand beachtet ihn, sondern schaut einfach nur auf die Krabbe im Hintergrund. So, oh! Aber ist das Video, wo er gedeckt wird, glaube ich, ne?
Yes.
How many views you got?
Johnny?
Yeah, I'm Johnny Somali. Somali. Johnny Somali. I'm your friend. I'm Johnny Somali.
Alter, was hat die Kamera bitteschön für ein krasses Licht? What the fuck? Oh, Alter, also ist das hier unten noch extra so eine Alter, wie viel Batterie zieht das denn bitte? Guck dir das mal an, wie krass die ausgeleuchtet ist. Ja, Stadionbeleuchtung aus dem Handy. Ohne Scheiß. Einfach so ein Mini-Flutlicht.
I'm the most famous Who are you?
Yeah, he is not the most famous person on Kick and is definitely not her friend. In fact, the way he approaches her in this way is so disturbing to me. She just turns around and there he is, mouth moving 1,000,000 miles a minute, spit probably flying everywhere. Johnny is so thrilled at the prospect of running into another creator until he learns that she streams on Twitch.
Bobo, woher weißt du eigentlich, wer das alles ist? Ich habe das Gefühl, du kennst irgendwie jeden von diesen internationalen Streamern. What the fuck?
Is this that dude?
Yeah, I'm that dude. I'm the most famous in Japan.
Why?
I'm the most famous in Japan. Chat, get the CTS. What is it? You on Twitch?
I'm on Twitch, but don't do that.
I'm on Kick.
Yeah.
Kick, we don't like Twitch streamers on Kick.
Okay, then we are not talking.
After informing her that they don't like Twitch streamers on Kick, like a child.
Du solltest mittlerweile wissen, dass ich auf Twitch lebe. Aber wie hast du denn die Zeit, auf Twitch zu leben, wenn du schon deutsches Fernsehen auswendig kennst?
Johnny makes her even more uncomfortable when he says that, hey, you better not show me on your stream or you'll get banned. Which, yes, has been a problem on Twitch in the past. Allowing banned streamers to appear on...
Never gonna, ich sehe Bomber einfach so, wie er, weißt du, wie Terry Pratchett vor seinen 6 Monitoren sitzt. Nur anstatt irgendwas zu schreiben, sind das einfach 6 gleichzeitige Twitch-Streams, die laufen.
Your stream is strictly against...
Und einer davon ist noch die ARD-Mediathek.
Their TOS.
Yo, yeah, you better walk away. You better not show me on your stream, you'll get banned. Who are you? You my fanboy? You my fanboy?
The idea of having her entire livelihood stripped away because she made the mistake of being too kind to a man she didn't know was such a menace was probably a lot for Miyako to deal with, eventually breaking down into tears later on in the stream.
I'm gonna get panic attack actually. That's the other. I had so many things I wanted to say to that dude, but I was like, okay, I'm just gonna leave. I'm a dick. I'm so sorry, guys. Today, I really wanted to have a really great stream.
Miyako assures us that these are just tears of joy after someone else was actually nice to her for a change, but it's clear that this has been an overwhelming day, and Johnny wasn't helping whatsoever. Her feelings are completely valid, and I'm surprised more people don't break down into tears upon realizing they have to encounter this man. It can't be easy, which is why so many others struggle to have any restraint towards Johnny whatsoever.
I got a delivery for you guys right here. Gift. There's a gift right here for both of you, for everybody.
We don't want to go.
Go take care of it. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful gift for you guys. Enjoy it. Oh, no.
We don't want it.
Come on, brother. It's a beautiful gift for you guys.
Get out of here. Leave us
man.
alone.
Shout out Eddie, dog.
What you just witnessed was another streamer named Burger Planet knocking Johnny into a koi pond for being annoying. Not that I condone it, and Burger Planet himself is not the greatest guy in the world, I'm sorry to admit, but it is an example of the people around Johnny.
Oh no, a kick streamer is a terrible person, more at 9.
Unable to keep themselves from resorting to physical acts of violence. A recurring trend in the Johnny Somali lore. Resorting to
Das bin ich, wenn ich die Switch 2 UI sehe.
The physical acts of violence, a recurring trend in the Johnny Somali lore. The very same night he harassed Miyako, we see Johnny and Gino shoving their streaming cameras in the faces of those who obviously don't want to be recorded. How dare they? You walked past the Johnny Somali, now you have to face his wrath.
Back off. Yeah, back off, back off, back off.
You the back off.
What me? What'd I do? I just came.
Oh, das ist der Typ in dem gestreiften Shirt, der den gleich einklebt, oder? Oh, don't fuck with the man bun. Und also das ist... Da weißt du, solche Leute denen solltest du definitiv nicht auf die Palme gehen.
They don't like us.
Relentlessly goading them into a reaction and refusing to let these two women just exist peacefully, Johnny and Gino decide that they must be racist.
Hey, you racist, you racist. You racist.
Get out of here. Get out of here. Get the f.
Hey, you're racist, you're racist, 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 racist. Racist, racist. Racist, you're racist. Hey, racist!
Shouting racist at them over and over on the street, creating a huge commotion, pissing everyone off until something happens. Something that many would say was a long time coming. I wouldn't say that, of course, and maybe other people would, but I wouldn't.
All you have to say
Don't grab nothing! Oh!
Das ist... Ohne Scheiß, das kannst du einfach... Du siehst... Oh, it's the fucking money shot! Weißt du, nee, komm, das. So, hier. Also wir gucken doch nicht eine Stunde Video und dann wird man mit dem Money Shot noch gecockblockt.
Don't do it. You know what that means. You know what that means. Okay, bitch. Okay. Look, you Okay, why the fuck are you grabbing my camera? Down there, down there.
Yeah, and what?
Just don't grab my camera. All you have to say is stop.
Mwah. Oh.
Don't grab nothing. Oh.
Das Timing von dem Soundeffekt, das ist so geil. Das ist halt literally in dem Moment, wo er zu Boden fällt.
Anonymous sent $3 Hiroshima, Nagasaki, Hiroshima.
Als ob er das Geld aus ihm raus, als ob er die Sonic-Ringe aus ihm rausgeschlagen hätte.
Don't grab nothing.
Nee, du siehst auch einfach der Stance hier. Weißt du, so kurz bevor der ausholt, weißt du, der Man-Bun plus die Zigarette. Du weißt, du kriegst gleich so eine auf die 12.
Grab nothing. Oh.
Oh, hervorragend so.
Anonymous sent $3 Hiroshima, Nagasaki, Hiroshima, Nagasaki, Hiroshima, Nagasaki, Hiroshima, Nagasaki.
Just like that, Johnny and his pal are not.
Die Kippe bleibt stabil im Maul. Ja, der hat sich die vorher reingelegt, dann wird geboxt und danach wird sich die Kippe angezündet.
Knocked out stone cold on the side of the road, complete with multiple angles and a Mario coin sound effect. The clapping in the background takes me out every time, dude. These people hate him. While punching people typically isn't how you handle any.
Ich wollte gerade sagen, stell dir mal vor, so wie sehr müssen dich Leute hassen, auch so in der Öffentlichkeit, die dich nicht mal kennen, dass dir jemand in der Öffentlichkeit, also vor allem noch in einem Land, wo es ja eigentlich gar nicht so wirklich passiert in der Form von großen Schlägereien, dass dich jemand einfach zu Boden schlägt und alle Leute drumrum stehen und applaudieren.
Situation. It's pretty impossible for me to have sympathy for either of these dudes in
Das eine Mal, wo everyone clapped tatsächlich passiert ist.
this specific instance, considering they instigated it and have been instigating similar events for months and months by this point. What else did they think was gonna happen? It's shocking that they didn't get laid out sooner. Or really, it's shocking that the police had.
Das ist so harte Davis-Orini-Energie. Oh.
It stepped in sooner. The fact that he hadn't been jailed or removed from the country before something like this happened is a reality that surprised a lot of people. But as one Japanese journalist pointed out in JB Press, much of Johnny's antics to this point hadn't been considered actual crimes. It isn't against the law.
Oh, Disney Park just banned vlogging and streaming. Oh, Gott sei Dank. Gott sei Dank. Oh, hey, it's Jeffrey.
To be an annoying piece of garbage alone, though violent vigilantism against him is against the law, much to the dismay of countless people who wanted to see this dude humbled sooner. But rest assured, Johnny wouldn't enjoy his freedom forever. Towards the end of August 2023, Johnny was perusing the streets of Japan as aimlessly as ever when he decided it would be a great use of time to break into an active construction zone and film it. Adorned in a weird skeleton mask because random equals funny, and as he's reminded us already, Johnny is all about the funny.
I'm a comedian.
No.
You know a comedian?
I can't laugh. You.
Because you don't understand different culture. I'm from America. We have different culture than you.
Without even uttering a single word.
Stell dir mal vor, du bist einfach auf offener Straße von so einem random Japanese Dude eingesagt.
Dude steps over a barrier and just guns it, with his lackey Gino following close behind.
Warum ist das Footage flipped?
You can tell Gino is uneasy by the way he keeps justifying his presence with.
War das so, da hat die japanische Baufirma Copyright Strike ansonsten drauf.
I'm just the cameraman. I don't know what's going on.
Listen, I'm just a cameraman right here. I'm just a cameraman. I don't know what the is going on right now. Oh my God, Chad, what the did I get myself into?
But like, Gino, you are a person with free will. They then walk up to a group of construction workers and are immediately turned away because of course they were. I mean, literally, what else did they think would happen? Was Johnny gonna find some really cool thing to film in there? It is a half-finished building. I promise, you're not missing much.
Hey, oh, Fukushima. Whoa. Fukushima.
Looks like he got bored of referencing the same 2 nuclear attacks over and over, so he whipped out Fukushima there at the end, which if you didn't know was a tragic nuclear accident that took place at a power plant in northern Japan back in 2011. Of course, merely saying the word Fukushima in this context means nothing and only shows what a one-trick pony Johnny Somali is. He makes people mad and then just says one of the only 5 Japanese words he knows when the expected thing happens. Really awesome bit, right? Well, the cops didn't think so.
And he's still outside right here. Oh, whoa, even backup.
A month after the construction zone incident, Johnny was ambushed outside of a convenience store by a swarm of police officers. And at first, it's all a big joke to him. He's asking questions, refusing orders, comparing himself to Luffy from One Piece. I mean, it's all just pretty embarrassing.
No problem, Daijobu! Daijobu, guys, I'm Black Monkey Luffy. Japanese. Wait, why are you taking a photo of me? Why did you think so emotional? I'm not emotional, Daijobu! I'm okay. Okay. I don't want to empty my bag into there. Why? I just started the stream, dog.
I love that he tells them he just started his stream, like that's gonna make them back off. Oh, we're sorry, brother. We didn't mean to get.
Alter, bei der amerikanischen Polizei hätten die den schon längst erschossen.
In the way, we'll just come back after you rack up some more TTS donations.
My pocket, yeah, you can touch my body, yeah, touch. Yeah, no way, touch. Oh, my zip, my fly. Sorry, let me put my fly. Sorry.
And of course, his fly is down, and why wouldn't it be? This whole scenario feels like something out of a nightmare. You are being arrested in a foreign country, live in front of the internet, and your dick is out? Buddy, what are you doing? But Johnny couldn't sound any more excited. He knows people are going to talk about this. He's made himself relevant for at least another week or so. He literally does not stop smiling as they throw the cuffs on him. Though something tells me he wouldn't be this happy if he knew he'd be spending the next 20+ days in Japanese custody, only to be released and then re-arrested for a completely separate stunt he pulled at a beef bowl restaurant. According to one Japanese publication at the time, Osaka police arrested him this time on suspicion of intimidation and obstruction of business for committing nuisance acts, which included live streaming at an unauthorized location, similar to what fellow kick streamer Neon was arrested for when he went to Dubai.
We're going to jail?
Ich finde, du solltest eigentlich schon arrested werden, wenn du als Streamer nach Dubai gehst.
I don't know what it is about kick streamers not
Du musst nichts mal irgendwas machen. Einfach die Tatsache, dass du da hingehst als Streamer.
not understanding that some places are just off limits for being filmed. Not everything has to be content, unless you're Johnny Somali, in which case, go ahead and blast offensive words at Disneyland Japan where families are walking around. Streaming is absolutely not permitted there, of course, but why does that matter?
He went to Tokyo Disneyland, where you're not allowed to IRL stream, with a little microphone.
Endlich mal eine Persönlichkeit, die ich auch erkenne.
Or a little speaker that anybody could play any sound off of. And of course, what are the people
Oh, ich erinnere mich. Ja, das Video habe ich sogar gesehen.
who are watching him gonna play?
RIP headphone
You
users.
go ahead and play that air raid siren, man. What's stopping you? Well, I guess one thing, and that's jail.
Johnny Somali の名前で迷惑行為などの動画をインターネットで配信している23歳のアメリカ人が
Police arrested a troublemaking American live streamer on September 21st on suspicion of trespassing in Osaka.
At the time, it really seemed like Johnny might be going away for a while. They had now locked him up twice, and there was even a possibility for there to be more arrests. Since Japanese law allows a suspect to be detained for up to 23 days, some speculated that authorities could theoretically keep arresting and releasing Johnny as many times as they wanted on different charges. I mean, he had definitely given them enough material to work with, though with such little public information to go off at the time, Johnny's minion Gino eventually released his own video clarifying Johnny's whereabouts and explaining his own side of the story.
And then they tell me, yeah, we need you to come down to the station. I told them, yo, I'm going down to the station anyways. A fucking van pulls up, a whole van pulls up, 8 niggas hop out the car. These niggas pulled out handcuffs. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is this? I'm like, why am I getting arrested? And then they pulled.
Ich glaube, du brauchst das Wort auf YouTube nicht zensieren, wenn er das sagt. Ich glaube, das ist in Ordnung.
Like a warrant, and then I see the warrant is for the Johnny Somali construction site.
Gino revealed here that he too had been arrested a day after Johnny, being called into the police station for questioning, only to end up in jail for weeks. And trust me, Gino...
Ist das ein automatischer? Nein. Das ist, also gerade im amerikanischen YouTuber-Raum, vor allem, das ist so lange so weit im Video drin, das würde nichts mehr ausmachen. Das ist so bescheuert, weil die dann natürlich hier und da die Age Restriction so reingeballert bekommen und dann Leute absolut in den Overdrive durchgehen und alles Mögliche zensieren. So jedes. Also ich habe auch schon bei irgendwelchen Uploads von Leuten gesehen aus Streams, dass da, ich glaube selbst Violence, als die sowas gesagt haben, wurde das schon zensiert. Also das ist wirklich absurd mittlerweile.
You know, makes sure to include every detail. Every detail.
I don't think nobody touched me, but I ain't gonna lie, chat. Keep this a secret between me and y'all. But a couple times, like, I would wake up and I would check my underwear. And it would be like, bro, it was just cum stains all in my underwear.
Okay, Kreuzkümmel in meiner Unterwäsche. Kreuzkümmel. Oh, fuck, ey. Meine Kreuzkümmeldose.
Bro, like, it was just like, bro, it was just gooey, crusty. It was a mixture of gooey, crusty. Like, when I wake up in the morning, it's just gooey, crusty cum all in my body.
Jetzt haben wir Sperma.
Like, I didn't know what to do.
Kreuzkümmel finde ich immer noch super.
What are you doing? We don't need to hear that. What the fuck happened between you and Johnny? We don't need to hear cum talk. Basically, in a nutshell, no pun intended, oh my god, Gino confirmed that Johnny had in fact been indicted. While the trespassing charges were dropped against the both of them, Johnny still ended up formally charged for the restaurant incident. He was found guilty and ordered to pay a fine of 200,000 yen by a Japanese court, which totals out to be a grand total of $1,400 US. Okay.
No, Mr.
One of the
Stark.
reasons he ended up with such a light punishment absolutely had to do with the fact that he lied to prosecutors. And that's not me saying that, that's Johnny's own admission. Here he is after the fact telling his buddy Trell that although he confessed to what we could all very visibly see was happening on the streams, he still lied and told the judge he made no money from the internet whatsoever, and told the detective he was only recording to film his own documentaries.
Das ist Ace Attorney Schwierigkeitsgrad Level erster Fall.
Lies that anyone who watches Johnny would be able to pick up on.
Did you go on the construction site? Yes, that's obvious. They have footage, right?
Alright.
Even the lawyer said, yo, what's obvious? Admit it. Don't be stupid, you know what I mean? In front of the judge, in front of 300 people, the prosecutor asked me, you earn money from advertisers in your videos online, right? I said, no.
I said no.
But you do earn money, right? No. Straight up, I said no. This is. Troy, you know what I told the detective? Troy, I said I do this because I like to film myself for my own documentary.
He also lied when he told the judge he had no control over TTS volume, before finally lying again in his apology to the court. According to the Japan Times, Johnny's final statement read in part, "I'm embarrassed. I apologize to everyone I've caused trouble, and I will no longer broadcast videos. I want to return to my home country and continue my studies and be a role model." That commitment obviously lasted about 2 seconds.
TTS on chat. 1,400 people in here. 1,400?
CX tipped $5. I hate.
Yo, don't.
I hate.
But okay, so show me the fishing right now. Let's see.
But are we really surprised at all? Johnny is already a habitual liar. He has no problem admitting to that when he's not in court.
Just like you do when you say the camera is on you. Exactly, I lie all the time. There's nothing wrong with lying.
We all knew Johnny had no
Aber ich meine, Johnny Somali klingt auch wie ein Name, den du bei Ace Attorney irgendwie hättest.
Intention to go back to his home country, or continue his studies, or be a role model. No, not in the slightest. Though he did have some other big ideas planned. Forced to leave Japan, Johnny decided he'd be starting a whole new chapter of his life in Israel.
My brother's right here. Come to Israel. Livepeak.com. Hell, we out here in Israel right now, man. I'm in Tel Aviv. I'm here doing my hasbara.
Yeah. I don't think this needs to be said, but just for total clarity here, Johnny Somali does not care about global events. He didn't travel to Israel with any grandiose political agenda in mind.
COE, content over everything. Content over everything. COE. The #1 starter. Face the kick is back. Tomorrow we in Jerusalem. So what side are you on, brother? What side are you on? Came when the fire was burning. I missed the fire.
For his first stream, Johnny wastes no time asking people what side they're on, as if what's happening in Gaza is nothing but a big spectacle for him to exploit.
Yo, Slicker, I'm really an IDF soldier. I'm going to Gaza, and I'm gonna really hit the gritty on them Gazan kids. I'm gonna hit the gritty on the guys, and you better see that shit, bro.
And of course, it wouldn't be a Johnny Somali stream if he weren't also harassing women. It's just all he knows how to do. It was his big shtick back in Japan, so why wouldn't it work here?
Just crossing the road.
You marked our territory. Oh, she a baddie right here. Oh my God, it's a baddie right here. You beautiful. Oh my God. Oh my God.
I included this next part in my last video on multiple other kick streamers, but in case you haven't seen it, Johnny also filmed himself harassing an officer during a protest, following her around and gesturing with his hands how he would sexually assault her, all while repeatedly spouting that he's a different kind of journalist. Donald Trump told him to grab women, so that's what he's gonna do.
Don't touch me, I'm from America, bitch. Don't touch me. I'll slap that ass, I'll grab it too. Donald Trump told me grab it by the pussy, I'll grab that too. Stop playing with me, bitch. I don't give a f. I'm a different type of journalist. I'm a different type of journalist.
Also ich muss ganz ehrlich sagen, da wundert es mich auf jeden Fall, dass er nicht irgendwie gedeckt wird jeden Moment.
This kind of abhorrent and inexcusable behavior that leads to everyone hating him, making it all the more satisfying when he finally gets what he deserves.
Hey, my friend! Ain't nobody wanna talk to your girlfriend. My friend! You gonna have a problem or what? Why does he have this? You gonna have a problem tonight or what? Bro, can we stop, bro?
Why you snitch on me?
We talked enough.
Why you snitch on
Because
me?
you guys cut my head. We're not starting this right now. We're not starting this right now. We're not starting this right now. Yo, chill out, bro. Okay, let's just talk, bro. Let's just... Yo, what are you doing? Just talk.
I don't even know what led up
Yeah, you are no longer in Südostasien.
this one. I just know he wandered into the wrong neighborhood and got. Along with this cameraman, who you can tell is trying to keep his distance as Johnny starts to get pressed. He isn't trying to defend his friend at all. He's really just trying to get away from the commotion, lying and saying he isn't filming anything, which sadly doesn't get him very far.
I'm not filming anything. Ow! Hey, don't touch me, man. Hey.
Au! Kann ich das nochmal hören?
I'm not filming anything. Ow! Hey, don't touch me, man. Ow! Hey, don't touch me, man. Hey.
Das ist ein guter Soundbite.
On April 7th, Johnny was
Haben die einfach sein Equipment geklaut.
detained after very clearly harassing another officer in front of a bunch of other officers. Really big brained move there. You can tell the cops are just absolutely sick of having to deal with this bottom feeder.
Oh, you a bad I swear to God. You a bad I'll take you to dinner. I swear to God, I'll change your life. I'll change your life, baby. Baby, I'll change your life.
Also da wundert es mich wirklich, dass der nicht einfach instant festgenommen wird. Also das weiß ich nicht, wie man wieder nicht auch irgendwie sofort die Kollegen da hinterher sind.
I promise you a bad bitch right here. Okay. Okay, now go. Relax. Relax. America. I'm in the sidewalk. I'm from America. What are you doing? Okay, Karen, I'm going.
I love that he has no other way to defend himself than to say he's American and just hope the cops go easy on him because of that, which they never do. Though to be fair, Johnny wasn't in custody for long, because just a few days after this, he'd head to the Western Wall to put up pictures of Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, and Aiden Ross. A bit so incoherent and tasteless that even Kick had to step in, slapping Johnny's account with what was meant to be marked at first as a temporary ban. While Johnny had absolutely gotten in trouble with the platform in the past, this might actually be Kick's final straw, because at the time of me recording this, 2 months after this ban was initiated, his account is still down. And judging by even more messages I found in his Discord, it doesn't look like they're gonna reverse their decision anytime soon.
Because I'm gonna show you guys some of my correspondence recently with Kick regarding my unfair ban and the reasons that they've banned me, and you're gonna see that these bans are so hypocritical and bullshit.
After Johnny's Kick account was ripped out of his cold, dead hands and his bank account locked for some reason, Johnny took to his Discord to announce he had only $100 to his name, before finally begging fans to give him enough donations via PayPal to save up for a new phone to stream with. I mean, can you imagine giving money to Johnny Somali of all people? Instead of donating to a real charity, you're letting yourself...
Ich meine, das ist eine Sache, die ich rausgefunden habe. Leute geben kontinuierlich Geld zu den absurdesten Leuten. Ne, bestes Beispiel hier für dieses Video zu zahlen, dass ich das gerade angucke. Aber ich denke mir auch immer, ich habe keine Ahnung, wie es jemand wie ein Darkseid-Phil seit 10 Jahren irgendwie schafft, Leuten Geld aus der Tasche zu ziehen, immer und immer wieder. Das ist, ich meine, anderes Level bei dem hier. Da kann ich noch zumindest sehen, dass du dann ebenfalls irgendwelche Degenerates hast oder so, die da gerne das Geld für rausgeben. Aber das werde ich absolut nie verstehen, wie es da noch Personen gibt, die da das Geld hinterher schmeißen.
Get finessed by a dude who just takes everything for granted anyway. I don't usually say this, but you might deserve to get scammed. That with such limited resources, Johnny had to come up with a new plan of attack, and he needed to do it fast. He needed his platform back, which is why he then instructed his loyal fans on Discord to write him a Kick appeal letter using ChatGPT.
Wait, du sagst, andere Leute sollen dir den Brief über ChatGPT schreiben? Was? Also das ist schon ein Level an Faulheit und Inkompetenz, den ich noch nie gesehen habe.
Which, does he not have the time to do that?
Hat Darkseid Phil was mit Team Darkseid? Nein. Nein. Nee, überhaupt nicht. DSP ist der Original Gamer. Der ist für eine bestimmte Form von Videospielkünsten bekannt.
Himself, and what else is he busy doing?
Und auch dafür, dass er ein sehr großer Wrestling-Fan ist.
Can someone write an appeal letter that we can submit today? Mention studying TOS and promising to do better, blah blah blah, which they actually did do and were denied pretty much right then and there.
Nein, das ist vollkommen okay, das ist keine blöde Frage. Ich find's einfach nur lustig, weil das implizieren würde, dass DSP mit irgendeiner Gruppierung zusammenhängt, die für ihren Skill in irgendwas bekannt sind. Deswegen. Also wenn du ihn wenn du wissen würdest, wer das ist, dann würdest du verstehen, warum ich genau bei dieser Kombination gerade so schmunzeln musste.
They're kind of surprised it didn't work. I mean, this is Kick we're talking about. Johnny had tried pestering them some more, to which they assured he could try reappealing in 3 months. He then got his mini.
Ich wollte gerade sagen, das Unboxing habe ich, glaube ich, als Reaction auch auf YouTube hochgeladen. Das kannst du dir gerne ansehen. Das ist hervorragend. Das ist das beste Unboxing-Video aller Zeiten. Ich will's auch gar nicht spoilen.
To spam the official Kick server, even trying to get in touch with a Kick partner manager by the name of ABZ, all to no avail. They even discussed the possibility of reaching out to Dexerto, as if that's gonna do anything. Remember, this is all after Kick had tripled down on their decision to keep him banned, which led Johnny to conclude that he doesn't need Kick at all, guys, stating, "I'll get more money with the..."
Was war das hier?
Johnny to
einfach zu Joe Rogan, so hole ich mich da wieder raus. Ich meine, to be fair, Joe Rogan würde so jemanden jetzt auch noch interviewen.
Doesn't need kick at all, guys. It's stating, I'll get more money with the Jews in the long run. I can go work in finance now easily. This washed all the Japan shit away. No one cares about that anymore when you're Jewish. His fans then proceed to stroke his ego, telling him he put Kick on the map, when I promise you he was always one of the least significant creators on there. But that didn't stop his little vindictive ass from dropping an entire 20-minute expose on the platform, vowing to team up with Twitch to take them down. Another website that absolutely wants nothing to do with Johnny Somali, by the way. Even labeling Kick a criminal enterprise when claiming he stopped getting subscriber money from them after being banned. As you can see here, Kick is claiming that he is still getting that money. So I guess one party is lying, and frankly, I don't trust either one. Keep in mind that Kick has been more than generous to Johnny, even after the Hiroshima Nagasaki comments.
But let me tell you one thing, Charles, you know the other night I was streaming, you know Kick staff was in the chat?
You okay? Kick staff?
Yeah, the staff of Kick.com was watching the stream, and they followed. They said, hey, I think it was a way to tell them, I think it was a way to tell me, like, yeah. Not the owner of Kick, one of the staff members, somebody who works for Kick.
That's fire. That's fire.
They were watching the stream, and I feel like it was a little bit of a like, listen, you're giving us a lot of press, so like, you know what I mean, right? But we're watching. Just like, you know, chill out. But we with you though, you know what I mean?
They were willing to go to bat for him just last summer. It was him who fucked it all up. Yet here he is, refusing to take any accountability and lashing out at everyone else like the child he is. When really, the only person responsible for Johnny being in this situation is Johnny. After going through so much of this Discord, I can confidently say that Johnny Somali is just as unhinged behind closed doors as he is on camera. It's not an act. I believe he really is just a sad, pathetic, delusional wannabe comedian who will never amount to anything substantial as long as he continues on down this path, which he's alluded to doing. Johnny has spoken here about his intentions of leaving Israel and streaming in the United States, Texas, Miami,
oh, this is gonna go so well.
Stating he has a fleet of white girls waiting for him that are, quote, freshly 18. A definitive lie, and a creepy one at that, to make him sound cooler in front of his sexless Discord-dwelling zealots. Despite so many setbacks, Johnny remains convinced he will bounce back and become a YouTube icon one of these days.
Nee, bitte. Challenge. Mach einfach American Police Harassment Challenge. Versuch das mal, gerne. Da will ich sehen, wie das ausgeht.
It's inevitable. And the scariest part is he feels he has nothing to lose anymore. So I can only imagine what he's gonna try and get away with in America. He has no strategy to grow online other than to leech clout off of other creators, whether it be Fresh and Fit or No Jumper. I'm sorry, man, but Joe Rogan is not dumb enough to let you anywhere near his show.
You sure? Ja? Ja, Joe Rogan ist nicht dumm genug, irgendwen auf seine Plattform zu lassen. Ja, sind wir da sicher? Haben wir mal gesehen, was für Leute alles drauf waren?
The fact he genuinely believes he can fall back on being a stand-up comedian in Austin is a prime example of his delusion of grandeur. Like, yeah, man, I'm sure that's a really easy thing to do. You're so good at getting people to like you. He's so out of his mind he thinks he can still bounce back and get brand deals. Brand deals? Be real, Mr. Somali. He's burned every possible bridge in the streaming ecosystem, limiting his income source to the point that he's now.
Ich meine, gibt's doch garantiert noch irgendwelche Casino-Seiten, die mit dem zusammenarbeiten würden.
Left to comment on hate videos made about him in hopes that he might soak up 1 or 2 subscribers from that. A venture that I promise will not work no matter how much he tries it. The people watching these videos are not interested in following your day-to-day content, Johnny. But maybe on some.
Was würde der wohl in einem japanischen Gefängnis machen? Also ich glaube, ich weiß nicht, ich glaube, ein japanisches Gefängnis, so schlimm kann das gar nicht sein. Ich kann mir nicht vorstellen, dass japanisches Gefängnis so schlimm ist. Ich glaube, es ist besser, als auf offener Straße gedeckt zu werden.
Some level, he knows that, which is why he's also put a ton of effort into false striking the people that talk about him. Here he is scheming with his Discord buddies again on how to hire the same company Aiden Ross used to file false claims against commentary channels back in the day. He knows it's wrong, and yet he still does it, directly targeting creators like Oompaville, Decoy Voice, and Tozy. Of course, none of it has worked because they're false claims at the end of the day, and actually he can get in trouble for filing them them. But when you're in Johnny's position, I guess you really do have nothing to lose. You can throw pretty much any negative adjective at Johnny Somali and it would stick. He is a racist, entitled, delusional, pathetic, moronic nuisance who will go nowhere in life. He is nothing, he is a nobody. And the way I see it, he has 3 paths left. Leave the internet, get locked up for an extended period of time, or continue to stream as normal and get his shit pushed in everywhere he goes for all of eternity. His choice. Or he gets
scheinbar
elected to the European Parliament.
Scheinbar ist er nach Südkorea gegangen. Aber ich muss ganz ehrlich sagen, dass ich die Videos meistens nicht gucke, weil ich diese Thumbnails so schlimm finde. Das ist wirklich, ich hasse das so sehr. So, es gibt ein paar, die ich mal, glaube ich, hier gesehen habe, wegen der Persönlichkeiten oder so davon. Und ich weiß, dass es halt so ein Filter draufgelegt ist, aber Bro, ich kann das Elon-Video habe ich gesehen, aber ich kann das einfach nicht. Ich kann einfach nicht, diese Thumbnails sind so schlimm, dieser Filter, der da drüber gelegt ist. Wollen wir zum Abschluss nochmal